Hello, my friends, Gary Girls and fellow poets. Welcome back to Conversing with Poets. Gary Goyles have assembled, and we have a very special guest in the house. Mr. Matt Wall is here. Hello, Matt. How are you doing? Long time no speak. Hello, Delgo. Hello, I am Gov. Dazzle in the Dark. Danny and Mitch. Hello, class. Hello. Uh, Nope, I don't think I've forgotten anyone here. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our second stream of the day. The first Sunday of the month is a wild one, guys. We've got Right Along and we got Conversing in the evening, but it's all good. I'm glad to be here. I managed to grab a quick bite to eat. I managed to grab a shower, and here we are. We need to chat, man. That sounds ominous. I hope it's only good things, bro. I hope it's only good things. We definitely will. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a message. Life is crazy at the moment. Um, what good thing? Okay, good. It sounds like you're gonna hunt me down and beat me up or something. We need to chat, man. Awesome. Yeah, shoot me a message, bro. Shoot me a message. Tonight we're gonna talk about um have you ever written a poem inspired by someone else's poem? It was Mythical Meter's idea. Right at the tail end of Write Along, he suggested writing a poem based on other people's poems. Hence, the title is after insert um, best poet here. I think I've only ever done this once. I think I've only ever done this once. And I'll read the poem that I did it to in a moment. Um, I keep forgetting to do this, but I'll get back into the habit. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. The idea of these streams is to just hang out for a couple of hours on a Sunday evening or Sunday morning / afternoon, wherever you are in the world. So do feel encouraged to get involved in the chat. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? Do be encouraged to get involved in the chat. We do have two rules, however. One, we don't discuss politics or religion. And two, it's okay to have a different opinion to everyone else in this chat box. And as I always say, including myself, even though it's my channel, if you have a different opinion to me, I don't want you to feel like you can't express that. All I ask is that you're respectful to each other. Nightbot sometimes Nightbot isn't so sometimes he oversteps the mark, but we soon put him in his place. Dude, you're here. Yes, Matt Wall is in the chat, folks. VIP in the chat. Hey, Matt and Nikki. I am all good, thanks you. Hi, 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 poets. Hey, Jeff, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to your second stream of the day. I apologize. Yes, I did my write along an hour early. I have 2 p.m. like cemented in my head because I post on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. and I do my members video at 2 p.m. But write-alongs are 3 p.m. I'm so sorry. Nightbot likes being put in his place. Yeah, he kind of likes it. I think he kind of likes it. He lives for it. No worries about the time. Thank you, Jeff. But you made it on time to this one. So yeah, we're going to talk about have you ever written a poem based on another poem? Now, to my memory, to my recollection, I've only done this the once. And I've spoken about this poem on the channel um quite a few times. And it's actually in my top three of poems. My top three favorite poems are Sonnet 18, of course, Bluebird by Bukowski, and this one, which is To a Poet a Thousand Years Hence by James Elroy Flecker. And I used this poem a couple weeks ago for the Laureateship Hub. We analysed it. When you mean based, do you mean inspired by it or in the form of? Well, admittedly, Nikki, I haven't really thought about it. Admittedly, it was a suggestion right at the tail end of Right Along, and I'm going with it. So why not both? Inspired by, or in the forum of, or even a reply to. So my poem was a reply to another poem. So it's kind of inspired by, also based off, in reply to, all of the above. I'm going to read this poem for those of you who don't know it, because I think it's a wonderful poem. And I think everyone here, I'm assuming, maybe not, but most people here I would think are poets. My ASMR video is doing super well, and it's got a lot of likes on it as well. The ASMR community have kind of wrapped their arms around us, guys. So big up ASMR uh, community. I will put this in here at one point. Poet to 1,000 years hence. I'm surprised it's not in my history. By James Elroy Flecker. I think Nikki, you might have heard me read this before, if not a couple of you. But yeah, so a lot of people have written replies to this poem. A lot of people, myself included. So I'm just going to quickly read this, and then I want to hear your thoughts on writing poems as replies or based off or inspired by. So, to a poet 1,000 years hence, I who am dead 1,000 years, and wrote this sweet archaic song, send you my words for messengers, the way I shall not pass along. I care not if you bridge the seas, or ride secure the cruel sky, or build consummate palaces of metal or of masonry. But have you wine and music still, and statues and a bright-eyed love, and foolish thoughts of good and ill, and prayers to them who sit above? How shall we conquer? Like a wind that falls at eve, our fancies blow, and old Maeonides the blind said it 3,000 years ago. O friend unseen, unborn, unknown, student of our sweet English tongue, read out my words at night, alone. I was a poet, I was young. Since I can never see your face, and never shake you by the hand, I send my soul through time and space to greet you. You will understand. I love that poem so much. I love that poem so much. You have a great reading voice, Adam. Thank you very much. Um, it's definitely something I've worked on for sure. But thank you, I appreciate that. I just love that poem so much. Let me see if I can, because I know there's a fair few replies. There's something about that poem that just sparks something inside of me. I don't know about you guys, like a camaraderie, right? And just, oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. Let me see if I can find a reply. But what do you guys think? I can definitely see why so many have written after that poem. Yeah, yeah. I think mine was a reply directly to him, but I think people can either write a poem to a poet to poets previously, like as a group, and again, of course, poets to another 1,000 years hence. I think they've both been done. John Heath, that rings a bell, and John Heath Stubbs. This is James' original poem. Yeah. Okay, so here's a reply. I think this is John Heath Stubbs. Okay, this is John Heath Stubbs' response to Elroy Flecker's poem, written 30 years or so after the original. I, who am dead 1,000 years and wrote this crabbed post-classic screed, transmit it to you, though with doubts that you possess the skill to read, who, with your pink mutated eyes, crouched in the radioactive swamp beneath a leaking shelter, scan these lines beside a flickering lamp, or in some plastic paradise of pointless gadgets, if you dwell, and finding all your wants supplied, do not suspect it may be hell. But does our art of words survive? Do bards within the swamp rehearse tales of the 20th century, nostalgic in rude, epic verse? Or do computers churn it out, in lieu of songs of war and love? Neat slogans by the state endorsed and prayers to them who sit above. How shall we conquer? All our pride fades like a summer's sunset's glow. Who will read me when I am gone? Oh, sorry. Let me start that again. How shall we conquer? All our pride fades like a summer sunset's glow. Who will read me when I am gone? For who reads Elroy Flecker now? Unless, dear poet, you were born, like me, a deal behind your time, there is no reason you should read, and much less understand, this rhyme. I love that. That's for who reads Elroy Flecker now. I wonder if that's a reference to Abraham Cowley. Potentially. Congrats, Jeff. I just hit 100 subscribers. There you go, Jeff. There it is. Watch it snowball now. Trust me, once you hit 100, things just it checks off the algorithm. The algorithm wakes up, and good things are ahead, my friend. Trust me. Hi, all, made it. Hello, Doreen. So good to see you. So good to see you. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. Hello to you this fine day evening. Yeah, it is a beautiful one. So, yeah, what are we thinking, guys? What are we thinking? Have you guys ever written a poem that's sort of in reply to something? I hesitate to say, have you ever written a poem that's inspired by another poem? Because I'm sure that's quite a common thing, I would imagine. So let's go with um, in reply to or based off of. Does that make sense? Probably not. I almost never make sense. But help me out here, guys. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? I put my hand up for a wave when Adam said hello to me. What a geek I am. Hello. That's fine. Let's wave to each other through the wonderful World Wide Web. Is it even called that anymore? No, just the internet, isn't it? But we still put. Actually, they're even phasing that out now, aren't they? www dot. I still use it as a 90s baby. Um, but I've noticed most links don't even have www dot www. You guys know what I mean. I've done a few about certain poets and writers. Okay. Uh, tell us more. Tell us more. I guess that kind of fits in. I guess that kind of fits in with like writing poems based on other poems. Have I ever written a poem about another poet before? I don't know if I have actually. They must have inspired you one way or another, good or bad. I'm not sure. I won't make you tell us. I won't make you tell us either way. Whether it's a good poem, a poem about. I'm sure it is a good poem, but you know what I mean. I did write a poem that was more heavily inspired by than after, but the topic was the same. I suppose it was after adjacent. For okay, okay, yeah. I guess actually my poem, which was like almost like a letter, like writing letters. Mine was more for, I guess. It was more of a reply than after James Elroy Flecker. It was more for James Elroy Flecker, I guess. Oh my God, I've done a lot about poems. About poems I hate too. Excellent, excellent. Love it. I love it. Honestly, I think I'm more inspired by songs than other poems. I've written poems in response to things people have said to me. Not sure if that counts. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. I wonder what would come up if I just Googled. Probably nothing. If I just Googled after poem. After poem, is that going to bring anything up? Oh, maybe examples. What was that? Maybe we can just look at a couple of examples and see what we're dealing with here. It's a difficult one. It's not something I came prepared. How to write an after poem. I want some examples. Give me some examples. Uh, Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you there, Nikki. Yes. Do you know what? There's been so many times where a line in a song sticks out and I base a poem around that specific lyric. And have I done that for a poem too? I don't think I've ever done that for a poem. It's interesting, isn't it? For me personally, I don't know, everyone's different, right? But for me personally, it's interesting how I've written poems inspired by and based around many, many lyrics many times, but I don't think I've ever done it for a poem. I wonder why that is. What do you guys think why that might be? Maybe I don't know. You guys tell me. Are you of the school that think, Oi, where'd it go? That think music artists are the poets of the last 100 years? Uh, Depends what music artists you put in front of me. Depends what music artist you put in front of me. I think, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think poetry and lyrics and songwriting are very, very close, but I do think they differ ever so slightly. I do think they differ ever so slightly, and I could potentially put um Eminem, is it Mathers or Matters? Marshall Matters. Potentially, I would call him a poet. Maybe Ed Sheeran as well. Certain songwriters potentially, but I do think all in all, songwriting and poetry differ ever so slightly. However, if you were to ask me in the sense that back in the day, poets were like so revered and so on such a pedestal, they were creme de la creme of artistry, um, up there with painters. And in that sense, do I now think that musicians have kind of stepped into that position of society? Then yes, I would probably say yes to that. I write poems responding to emotion, to the seasons, to nature. I suppose that's universal, right? Uh yeah, they do inspire poets for sure. Especially emotion. I mean, that's one of the core foundations of a poem is the emotion. I'm at my daughter's dance recital, so I'm just in the chat. Nib, nib, neeb. I'm sure that's an abbreviation for something that I'm not sure what it is. Neeb. Oh, the chat's just jumped on me. I got to scroll back up. Where are we? I find the meter of songs quite inspiring, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Poetry can be hard to gauge, but with songs, it's done for you already. Yeah, yeah. I mean, even in this day and age, even if you read a perfect iambic Shakespeare, if you completely ignore that, you can read it in a different way and use that. Whereas, as you say, in songs, you're listening to it. It's done for you, for sure. It's the same with me, Adam. Song lyrics, but not really poems. Food for thought. Yeah, I think they're very, very close. Very, very close, but just slightly different. What do you guys think? If you disagree with me, please do. I think they're definitely of the same family. I think they're very close cousins, maybe. Maybe we feel the poem already. Said it all. Mathers, yeah. Mathers. Okay, Mathers. Marshall Mathers. I don't think you could do replies to a lot of poems, perhaps only certain ones. Um, interesting. 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 I don't know. I think if you wanted to, if you consciously sat down and wanted to write a reply, I think you could reply to everything. By the way, guys, we have 14 people watching and only 4 likes. What is that? What's going on? Come on, guys, hit that like button. Don't forget, it helps the channel and it takes 2 seconds, completely free, and it lets me know that you like what I do. So hit that thumbs up button. There we go. 5 likes. Come on, you guys can do it. I believe Florence Welch is a poet. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I would say um I've read her book. I would say Florence Welch is a poet. I'd also say Lana Del Rey. I loved her book, so work without music for sure. Is Adam frozen or is it me? My brain is oh no, my brain is fried. It's not frozen. I hope I'm not frozen. Let me know if I'm frozen, guys. Oh, the chat skipped again. I don't understand why people want to call song lyrics poems. Songs have more value in society. Why do they have to take from us? Interesting. Let me read that again. Let me dissect that. I don't understand why people want to call song lyrics poems. Songs have more value in society. Why do they have to take from us? That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point. I'm not sure. I suppose in the sense that yes, obviously music is far more popular, and I guess that gives them more value in society. Yeah, I guess I agree with that now that I think about it. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, ooh, ooh, my heart, you've offended me. But yeah, I suppose when you think about it, in that sense that, they are far more popular, and there's no arguing that they're not, is there? So I think maybe I think maybe some people might, as I say, I think that they're very, very closely related. But because I'm a poet surrounded by poetry every day of my life, I do kind of see a very, very slight um difference in the two mediums. But as I say, in my opinion, they're very, very slight. It's harder to read a poem than feel a song for most people, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what it is. People get stuck with that high school English class concept of poetry, and it hurts for many. For real. They don't get it. The meter is already done for everyone as the song starts. Yeah. And just combining those two comments from Matt and Doreen, I think the reason lyrics kind of stand out more is because for me, they always stand out when I'm out for a walk listening to music. And I say this so many times, you guys are probably bored of me saying it, but the subconscious has such a huge role to play in that. And because you're walking and you're kind of just listening and it's easy, you're not sitting there actively reading and taking it in, you're just walking and it's just fed to you. The subconscious, I guess, kind of goes, oh, take note of this. Oh, that was something. I don't know. On the flip side of that, I'll be honest with you guys. I admire the people that sit there and really, really take in the lyrics. Most of the times when I listen to music, I'm not really, or at least consciously, I'm not taking in the lyrics. I'm kind of just enjoying the melody and the meter and the instruments. So don't unsubscribe. Don't come to my door with pitchforks. But yeah, I very rarely kind of really sit down and listen to a song and listen to what the lyrics are saying. Where did I get to? My A-level English lit teacher said modern songwriters are just poets who write to music, which was kind of how the poetic form started. I believe in medieval courts, poets recited their work to music. That would make sense. I could believe that for sure. I could believe that for sure. But I also, it's interesting. Nikki is our channel historian, so dare I go up against Nikki? Maybe I'll send Nightbot in first. Um, I do I feel like song has been around for as long as advanced humans have been, like the Neanderthals or something. Haven't Isn't there like evidence of them sitting around the fire and sort of singing and um tribes? Just today actually there's a video doing the rounds on Instagram of tribes singing to to each other in the forest and stuff. So I'm not sure. It's interesting. Sorry for typos, new phone. I'm such a prehistoric millennial. Me too, no worries. It's a sad artist that blames their tools. Kidding. I just finished reading a book by a poet for a London-based book group online. The author is Ocean Byong. Yes. Oh, why is the chat so fucking violent tonight? Keep skipping. Ocean Vyong, and title is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous. Very dream state prose. There's an awesome article, if I do say myself, on the Poetry Cove blog by the Garish Grackle on that. I've actually never read any Ocean Vyong. I I bought one of their books at Verve Poetry Festival in February, and bloody hell, I left it behind. I don't know what happened to it. It got lost, so I still haven't read any. Oh, I really like Ocean Byong. I think Jiggles are the best modern poems. Jiggles? I was thinking of, why did I think of, what's that film? Tom Hanks. Is it Duncan? I can't think. Death Row. It's not called Death Row. 8 Mile? No, that's Eminem. Something. The Long Mile? I don't know. Isn't there like a mouse called Mr. Jiggles? If you guys are with me and even know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So Safe Light repairs, Safe Light replace. I need my poems with a musician behind me all the time, but I wouldn't call them songs. I do love what you were doing, Jeff, with the bass player and stuff. I love going to nights with poetry and jazz, with, like a poet reading to jazz music. Oh, what a combination. This chat box, I think Nightbot is doing something to the chat box. I mean, there's a difference between Shakespeare's sonnets and Bieber's yummy, yummy, yummy. Not everyone is a good poet. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's what I meant earlier. It depends what musician we're talking about. What's that song? Is it WAP or something like that? That sort of thing. I think rap, man, rap had something great going like in the 80s and 90, early 90s, late 90s. uh, Rap was something to, appreciate. I think there was an actual message to it, and now it's like WAP and whatever. Didn't we discuss that walking is great for creativity and for rest? Yeah, walking is great for mood too. Yeah, I tried going for a walk today, and I feel like I've forgotten how to walk. Like, not literally, I know how to put a foot in front of the other. Um, guys, I've forgotten how to be present. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've forgotten how to really take it in. And I'm got the green mile. Thank you, thank you. Jingles, jingles, jingles. Very much difference. Yes. Hello, Hari Shankar. Sorry, Hari Shankar. Hello, welcome to Conversing with Poets. Um, we're kind of talking. Are we? I don't know. We're kind of talking about writing poetry based off of other poems and potentially other poets. We were just talking about. I think we were just talking about why it's easier to be inspired by song and lyrics rather than other poems. But I know, Matt, I know you said it's kind of a little bit different, but you said you wrote a poem based off of poets. And if you don't mind, if you'll entertain me here, what made you want to write a poem based off of another poet? And while you're typing that out, I guess I'll kind of answer the same question in terms of why I wrote a poem um in reply to James Elroy Flecker's poem. Because of modernity and other high dopamine hit objects, there are less love for poetry. Yeah, I guess that's a good point as well. Music gives you a hit of dopamine. Maybe I'm just a weirdo, maybe I'm just a geek, but that poem I read, James Elroy Flecker's and Bluebird and Sonnet 18, again, my top three, and other poems that I've read. There's a poem that I forget the title every time, but it's in Aeroplane by Simon Armitage. I get I do get dopamine hits. I have to read it at the right time in my life to really connect to it in that way. I'm a massive Imagine Dragons I'm a massive Imagine Dragons listener, but I wouldn't ever call Dan a poet. Imagine Dragons. Is that, I'm guessing that's a band? His songs are brilliant, but they aren't literary excellence. Very repetitive, which works for a song. Yeah, and again, you know, look, you can write an ode, you can write a sonnet that are very easily transposed. Is that the right word? Transposed into a song. But also, guys, you got to remember there are 100 other different forms out there that would probably be very difficult to turn into a song, which is why I say, they are two different mediums. They are two different mediums. Interestingly, is the reverse true too? Are there forms of songwriting that can't be put into poems? I'm not sure, actually. Um, some not so great lyricism in songs doesn't mean that poetry can't ever be put to music. Yes, exactly. I've just seen that. Sorry. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. I think it's unfair to gatekeep art in that way. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not here for gatekeeping. That's kind of what I've dedicated my life to breaking down is all the gatekeeping. When I have spent a lot of time with a poet's work and then I'm done, I feel like a friend is now dead. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I will never get anything new from them if they are actually dead. Yeah. So it's kind of like a eulogy for sure, for sure. Break gates. Hell yeah. Hashtag break gates. Let's start that hashtag, guys. You don't know Imagine Dragons? Oh no. Have I shown myself up? Screams internally and externally and existentially. Oh no. I will look them up in the break. I will look them up in the break. I think if you're going to write after poems or for poems, hashtag breakgates, then you've obviously really got to connect to a piece and it's really got to resonate with you. Um, that's not that's not some profound wisdom, Adam. That's pretty basic 101 stuff. You gotta relate to it to reply to it. I don't know. This is an interesting topic for discussion. I don't know. Now, bear with me before I finish saying this. Don't jump down my throat because I'm not saying what's the word? Copying, intimidating. No, imitating. Um, what do they say is the biggest form of flattery? Someone help me out here. Imitation is the biggest form of flattery. I don't think that's quite it, but it's basically that. Wait, Adam hasn't heard of Imagine Dragons? Oh no. Do you live under a rock? Oh God. Is there anyone else in the chat who hasn't heard of them? Morning, 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 morning. Good morning, Mark. Welcome to Conversing with Poets. We're kind of talking about something, but not. We're trying to talk about a great suggestion that came in very last minute from Herb on the ride along about writing poetry based on other poems. That's kind of what we're trying to do. And I was just saying that imitation is the biggest form of flattery. But poems after and for, they're not imitation at all. But I guess it's still kind of the biggest form of flattery that if your poem has inspired a reply to or an after poem, um, then I guess it's a huge compliment, right? It's a huge thing. Thanks, Adam and everyone. This has been very much nourishment for my soul today. I am so glad, Matt, and it was good to see you popping up. I don't know if this means you're dipping out and you got to go, but if you are, message me. Message me. Adam, you missed a message from me. Oh no, I'm on top chat again. I don't know why YouTube's default chat is top chat and not live chat. All right, let me scroll up. No, I'm still here for a bit. Okay, cool. Right, we're on a mission to find Danny's missing message. Wait, Adam hasn't. No, I got that. I got that. Did I miss something else? I feel like people have. How did this not come through on Top Chat? I feel like people of today find poetry very outdated and old fashioned and prefer to take it in words along with sound. I think, unfortunately, you're very much right, although hopefully that's changing. And that's exactly why I do as much madness as I do, because I was one of those people, as you guys know, I skipped poetry classes in school. I found it boring. I thought it was outdated, yada, yada, yada. It wasn't fun. It wasn't until I discovered the beats, particularly Kerouac. Well, it wasn't until I discovered that Jim Morrison wrote poetry. But even after that, I put it aside for a little while, and then I discovered Jack Kerouac. Like many people, my Bible became On the Road, and I delved more and more into the beats. And here I am. Here I am. They made it fun. So that is what my mission is, to prove to people that poetry. I need to write a poem about this pillow that keeps moving. Poetry is fun. It would be interesting as an experiment. Adam, you write a poem, record you reading, then do the same poem as a sort of song, just attached to a tune and see how it goes. Oh, goodness me, guys. You do not want to hear me sing. You do not want to hear me sing. Maybe I'll get one of you guys. If you guys can sing, I get one of you guys to sing it. But there's plenty of recordings of Sonnet 18 as a song that might be interesting. Matt Wall, and thanks to you for being here too. The feeling is mutual. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in, Matt. And by the way, here we go again, guys. 17 views and only 9 likes. Come on, guys. I know you guys can do better than that. Our live stream like record is 26, I think. And this is a lot. I don't think we've had this many viewers on a live stream. So if ever we were going to break the 26 like, or 26 likes, let's add an S to that. Tonight is the night. Oh, we've just lost 2 viewers. but still, we've got a lot of viewers. Let's get those likes up, guys. Petition for Adam to sing. Oh, guys, I mean, if that's what you want, but we might see our subscribers fall. Oh, Mitch. Oh no, Mitch made it. Mitch made it. I don't mean it like that. I promised Mitch on WhatsApp that I would blow him a kiss if he made it to stream. So there you go, brother. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Also, I forgot to mention Danny and Mitch and I am Girth. Your Gary Goyles have been upgraded. You've got nice glowy cyan, I think, or teal. I don't know what that color is, to be honest, but a nice colorful Gary Goyle. I feel like a lot of people find the language confusing too. Also, language such as thou. Yeah, shout thou. Yeah, I get you. Along with words that are outdated. Yeah, but that's because they're reading old poems. Um, Petition to start putting modern poetry in schools curriculum. I don't think poetry with music is something great. Interesting. Why is that, Harishanko? Why do you not enjoy it with music? I'm curious. Personally, I think the music can add many levels to a reading or to a performance. Sing, 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 guys! What are you doing? Oh my goodness. I think music can add a level to it, but I'm curious to see why it's not for you. As I say, it's always good to have differing opinions, and it means we can all learn something. That was hot. What the kiss? Oh God, you guys, what is going on tonight? We are craziness. You guys are crazy, but I love you for it. Love broski. Yeah, man. I hope your day at work wasn't too mad. Actually, you finished. You got home in good time. Actually, cheeky bugger, feeling left out here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Wait, you're telling me Mitch hasn't given you a kiss yet since getting home? Oh goodness, old poems are diamond. Yeah, I like old poems. I didn't when I was a teenager, for sure. I think if you're gonna like teach kids to get into poetry, then I think it needs to be something that hooks them, um, and they can relate to. Uh, I mean, if you're a lucky soul and you relate to old poetry as a young as a young person, man, all power to you. I'm jealous. But growing up, I mean, look, I did an ASMR video for Byron last week and Keats this week. I love it now, but it did take some warming up. It did take some warming up. I don't know what's going on with this stream. I've blown a kiss. I'm about to sing. You guys are crazy. The only poet I've seen who re uh, regularly does music with poetry that wasn't written as song lyrics is Andrea Gibson. It seems really hit and miss at times. The only poet I've seen who regularly, I'm gonna have to look that up. Sorry, give me a second, guys. Regularly. Is that a typo, Mark? Does music with poetry that wasn't written as song lyrics is Andrea Gibson. It seems really hit and miss at times. That makes our focus shifted from meaning of poem to feeling. Yeah, do you know what? I had a feeling that you was going to say that, and I think to a certain degree, I agree with you. I think it depends. I think it depends on the subject matter. I think it depends on the subject matter, and treading carefully. I don't think that what I'm going to say is offensive. And again, it's just my opinion. And if you think differently, then that's awesome. But I was watching the D-Day ceremony the other day in France, and there was a segment where they were reading letters, and there was some really, I won't say weird, because I guess that could be offensive, but there was in my opinion, some really dramatic music being played behind the readers of this letter, and I don't think that worked, in my opinion. So again, I think depending on the subject matter of the poem, um, yes, you're right. It can take focus away from the poem itself. Starts with after poems, ends with kisses and singing. That's just how we roll here, Matt. That's just how we roll. I'm still, mate. Oh, I'm watching you while I finish up my paperwork. Oh, you're still at work. You just wanted to watch me blow a kiss on stream. That's what it was. You wasn't gonna let me get away with it, was you, Mitch? He's still at work. Welcome back to Chezzy. Sounds like a decent live stream to me. You guys are crazy. I think they mean regularly. Yeah, it definitely a 5-star stream. You guys put me in some crazy situations, I swear, but I love you guys for it. It depends on the intention of the music. Yeah, with what Andrea does, it seems more of a complementary thing as opposed to a real marriage between words and sound. I don't know if all the music Andrea has is improv, which would further my point. Dramatic music with poem is making the poem worse. Yeah, again, I have to say, for me, it's subject matter. You know, it's subject matter, or even style of music. For me, the music that was played at the ceremony was just way too dramatic. It sounded like a film score sort of thing. Um, but maybe that's a culture difference. Very easily could be a culture difference. Absolutely not. Yeah, you weren't gonna let that slide. Thanks, man. Cheers, guys. By the way, anyone who is interested, not at all sponsored, not at all sponsored, but this and I'm that's not sarcasm. It's I don't have any sponsors. If anyone wants to sponsor me, reach out. But these are really nice. I discovered them on Amazon on a sale. You get a box of 10 for £9. Actually, £8. It was even more on sale. and they're alcohol-free Copperberg ciders, and they taste delicious. I'm drinking them like well, they are a soft drink technically, but I'm going through them very quickly. I've seen people perform poetry to bass or drums. Personally, I've not liked that. Feel it detracts. Excuse me. But I've watched poetry videos online where the music in the background added to the reading. But the fun part is people do enjoy Rupi Kaur poetry, but finds boring T.S. Eliot. Well, yep, I'm happy for them. As a poet, I may die inside, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm happy for them. I'm glad that they enjoy it. Um, Hopefully through that, I mean, not hopefully, it's a fact. It's a statistic. You know, since Instagram became a thing, and poets like Atticus, Rupi Kaur, and some others, poetry is becoming more popular, and we're still enjoying that, the trend of that. You know, so yeah. Oh, those ciders are nice. Hopefully, rupee is a gateway drug. That's one way to put it, for sure. Yeah, um, and she definitely is. Like she definitely is. I feel like we're coming up. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm just so detached from it now, from that side of the internet poetry. Get it right, Adam. That I feel like we're on the other side of that now. I'm coming through the other side of that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just projecting my own life. Yeah. But yeah, those ciders are nice. They're so good. They're so good. They've probably got a crap ton of flavoring, and artificial junk in them. Lots of sugar, but that's to be expected. But they're nice. They're refreshing. Oh, I love Wasteland as much as Fungi from Yuggoth. People just ignore meaning and learning and focusing on feelings. Yeah. I mean, feelings are hella important in poetry too. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I actually went to a talk a couple months ago at a bookshop. An author wrote a whole book. It's called The Wasteland, a biography of a poem. Is I think you'll like it. If you like Wasteland, you'll love it. So definitely check that out. It's called The Wasteland, a biography of a poem. Core herself has said she won't do a tour like she has just wrapped up because it felt vapid and soul sucking by the end. I mean, tours are exhausting. Of course, tours are exhausting and soul sucking, I guess. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know. We're kind of like, we're not talking about world politics, but we're kind of talking about poetry politics. Is that becoming a thing now, guys? Poetry politics? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it sh- it shouldn't be soul sucking. I don't know. I've never done a world tour. What the hell do I know? I've never done a world tour, but tours are exhausting physically and mentally. Mentally, yes, that's a word now, guys. Put it in your dictionaries. Get the pencil out, back page. But poetics, yeah, there you go. Um, Performing is soul sucking. It's exhausting, but I don't know if it's is it soul sucking? Maybe I'm thinking of a different definition for soul sucking. Exhausting mentally, physically, but I don't know. I would imagine that it's quite invigorating, and I don't know. I've never done a world tour. That's what I mean. What do I know? I think it was the performing she struggled with. Yeah, that I can understand. Maybe I've got a different definition in my head of soul sucking. Like exhaustion, yeah, I can understand. And that's why there's so much crap going around in the industry. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, never thought I'd do this. But I've discovered a non-alcoholic IPA beer called Athletic. I like it, guys. Trust me, non-alcoholic drinks are well, the rum's not so good. At least not the one I tried. The Captain Morgan's rum was a bit. It needs work. It needs work. But most of all the non-alcoholic stuff I've tried, Guinness, there isn't any difference other than you don't get a hangover in the morning. Guinness tastes exactly the same. Most of the beer, most of the lagers I've tried taste exactly the same. These taste exactly the same. They're nice and refreshing. As I say, I'm getting through them too quick. I'm getting through them like they're cans of Coke. But I guess if they're non-alcoholic, they kind of are like cans of Coke. I don't know. I promise you, I'm not like sponsored or anything. I think the appeal was obvious. Rooms full of people loving your work, wearing clothes by designers, and having photo shoots in every country sounds great. I mean, look, again, just reading that, I can't help but respect that side of things. I can't help but respect the hustle. What other poet is doing that other than, well, I don't even know if Amanda Gorman's done a world tour. But yeah, you're right. Like wearing clothes by designers, photo shoots in every country. But it's not for the faint-hearted. Like it takes some physical and mental strength to do. As not all are actually alcohol free. Yeah, some of them say they're alcohol free, but or they've got different wording, but they're not alcohol free. They're like 0.5, which is still low, but it's not alcohol free. This is alcohol free. Only 16 people watching. Are you serious about poetry, literacy, or modern modern people? Yeah. What? Only 16 people watching. Yes, we've just dropped down to 15 actually. Cry. Are you serious about poetry literacy of modern people? Am I serious about poetry literacy of modern people? I sure am. I sure am. And I'm serious about the people that are here in the chat with me because they're all awesome. I think we're all serious poets around here. I think we're all serious poets around here. It depends what you mean by modern. Yeah, it depends what you mean by modern people and serious about poetry literacy about modern people, of modern people. Because you've got the modern people that are, heck, let's just say it. There are modern people that are academics, scholars, and massive gatekeepers, which I'm not about. But it's only 16. I know, but hey, 16 is a lot. 16 is a lot for what we normally have, not 200,000. Well, one day maybe I'll get to 200,000. You never know. I want to hit that 100,000 and get that damn silver play button, that's for sure. Um, it's better to have a small group of engaged people conversing than a mass of people typing "I love you," but who don't really want to hear what you have to say. Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? I'm lucky because I get both, because I got a small group of engaged people who also tell me they love me because they're freaking awesome. 16 is 70% of poetry readers in the world. I'm waiting for that day. Me too, me too. 16 is 70% of people, poetry readers in the world. Sometimes it feels like it, doesn't it? All right, guys. It's all good. I don't care. I'm 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 happy with what I got. It's a bit judgy. It is a bit judgy, but thanks, Danny. Um If you think you can amass 200,000 viewers, by all means. One day, maybe. No, probably not. Well, it depends what you mean, because technically I already have. If you want to throw some figures out there for Harishankar, let's have a look. So technically, maybe, maybe not. Technically, I have taught over 110,000 people the basics of poetry, because my poetry for beginners video has over 110,000 views. Let's just go to audio. What do I want? What do I want? Can I go returning viewers lifetime? I can. Returning viewers lifetime. Oh. Data for returning viewers not available. Anyway, I don't need to get that petty, but I'm happy. I'm happy. Don't trigger Nightbot, Nikki. Don't trigger Nightbot. Yeah, Nightbot's been a bit quiet. Where's Nightbot at? Where's Nightbot at? It's our love language. Yeah, Danny and Nightbot have a little thing going. Not Danny and Nightbot, sorry, Nikki and Nightbot have a little thing going. I don't know. I don't know. It could have been a culture difference. I don't know. Maybe I'm always giving people the benefit of the doubt. I don't think Harishankar meant anything by it. I think it was just a language barrier, potentially. I think they were being nice. I don't know. As I say, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. It could have been a language barrier there, guys. So let's not. But I love you guys. Jump into my defense like that. If I could, I'd give you a big hug and give all of you a big group hug. All right, guys. On that note, I'm contemplating writing a poetry collection about my forbidden romance with. Oh man, I thought we were getting serious then. I mean, what am I talking about? Of course, your romance with Nightbot is serious. Love across the world wide web. On that note, guys, let's take a 5-minute break, and when we get back, we will be talking about something. We'll see what comes up. Love you guys. You make me feel special. Appreciate you. The hell? That break seemed to go very, very quickly. I don't know where that break went, but I did manage. Oh, let me. I do enjoy listening to the music with you guys. I go get a top up. Not that I don't think I'll need it, but I do go get a top up, and then I sit here and listen to that music because it puts me in a good mood. But then I always forget to unmute. Anyway, we're back. That seemed to be a very, very quick 5 minutes. Um, but that's good. It just means I get to hang out with you guys quicker. You awesome people. You absolutely awesome bunch of poets. So we have another hour. I'm not sure if Mythical Meter watches this back. I'm not sure if he will consider us having answered his question. But that's okay. We don't want to force things. I think we've had a nice little discussion about that. And I have read one of my top 3 poems on stream tonight. Most of you have heard me read it a couple of times. So I guess naturally my next question is what are your top 3 poems? Let me know in the chat what your top 3 poems are. Mm. Oh yeah, I said on Write Along, but I don't think I said on this stream. I dipped into the membership kitty, the membership treasure chest, and bought some soundproofing panels, as you might be able to see behind me, but it's basically on all the walls and on the ceiling, to try and soundproof the shed so I can make proper ASMR videos with the green screen behind me, because I want to give it a dark academia feel. Anyway, it's made no fucking difference whatsoever. I can still hear the planes going over and everything, but I think it's making the sound within the shed much better. Should I wear my hood? I had a shower before going live and didn't do my hair, and now it's dried. It looks a bit naff. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Shit. Oh, hell yeah. Look at them subscribers. We've gained a couple of subscribers, I think, since going live. So thank you so much for subscribing. And if you're watching and you haven't hit that like button, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're watching playback, hit that like button. However, wherever, whenever you're watching this video, hit that like button. And guys, don't forget to leave some comments in the comment section of our videos, because we're not getting so many comments at the moment, and I miss you guys. Even if it's just to tell me what you had for breakfast. Whatever it is that's on your mind at the time, leave it in the comment section. I give up trying to space these Nightbot messages out. Nightbot is just not interested in any sort of parameters that I set it. Well, that's actually kind of worrying to think about. Terminator is real. Fast 5 minutes indeed. Great music. Yeah, I love that music. You can't beat a bit of jazz. Mark, I'm so sorry, man, about the issues you're having over on the Cove. I hope that the Wix guys call me soon. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on. By top poems, do you mean of our own or of others that we like to go back to read? Interesting. Okay, yeah, let's go with that. Let's do both. You know me, guys. It seems to be my bot cannot be tamed. The Raven, Annabelle Lee, Astrophobus. Okay, a fan of Poe, I see. Um, our own or of others. Let's go with both. That's seems to be my thing. If you ask me a question and give me 2 options, well, I sit on the fence and just say both, don't I? So let's go with both. Let's start with your top 3 poems by other people. By other people. Mine are Bluebird, Sonnet 18, and To a Poet 1,000 Years Hence. Which poems I like depends on my mood. Absolutely. Absolutely. And my top 3 sort of rotate. Well, I guess Sonnet 18 is always number 1. So Bluebird and Poet a Thousand Years Hence are always battling it out for second and third, I guess, depending on my mood. But yeah, Yoda, do you have a top three that you know you love no matter what the mood is? I can't hear the planes today. I would need to prepare for my top three poems. Yikes. I can't hear the planes today. Yeah, so when I do live streams, I have different settings on this microphone, and I also have some settings into the laptop that kind of automatically drown out the planes. But when I do ASMR videos, I have to change the settings and turn this dial here, this one here, which is like the gain. I got to turn it all the way up so you can hear every little thing. Like, I don't know, maybe you can, but you probably can't hear that right now. But if I put on the ASMR settings, it sounds really loud. I would say the top poem I like to go back to read was the poem that inspired me to write as a child is Owl and the Pussycat. Yes. Yes, I loved that as a kid. And my teacher used to read it to us with a in a picture book. This is before GCSEs. This is before the times that I skipped poetry class. This was when I was little. I actually didn't know that was a poem until my adult years. I just thought it was a story as a kid. As a teen, I fell in love with the Raven. Nice. Oh, we got two people mentioning the Raven. Number three, I will need to think. All right, no worries, no rush. Have a think for sure. I agree, Yoda. I also go through phases of different favorite poems depending on my mood. Nightbot is comic relief. No worries, Adam. Nightbot. I can't control Nightbot anymore. Nightbot is I don't know what I don't know what Nightbot is doing. Nightbot is just in such a short space of time he's gone from a little toddler. Although even on his first day he was lashing out with Nikki. Now he's like a rebelling teen that I've just lost control of. I do have a soft spot for Invictus and T.S. Eliot's cat poems, but I don't really have a top five. Okay, interesting. Excuse me, sorry guys. Do not go gently into that dark night. Uh, the Highwayman. Oh, okay. So yeah, so we got oh my God, Dylan Thomas. There it is. We got Dylan Thomas, the Highwayman. I've heard of that, but I don't know off the top of my head. The Highwayman. I know that. Do I know that? The Highwayman. Alfred Noyes. Dulce et Decorum Est by Wilfred Owen is definitely up there. William Carlos Williams, This Is Just to Say, is one of mine. Nice. Dylan Thomas is another good one for sure. Yes. Yeah. Do not, is that the actual name of it? Do not go gentle into that good night. Is that the actual title? Or is it just like Villanelle 1 or something? Thomas Villanelle. Oh, that's the actual title. Okay. It's a long title. I didn't realize that. Yeah, that's probably four. And it's desperately trying to break into the top three, but just doesn't quite do it. Amazing poem though, don't get me wrong. As I say, it's four of my all-time favorite. But it's just sort of knocking on the door, I guess. Oh, thank you, Danny. I'm not that into poetry yet, so your poems are my faves. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Danny. Once you start reading poetry, that might change. That's the poem from Dangerous Minds that I mentioned on the last poetry scene reaction video. Yes, I did keep meaning to reply to that, but things have just been mental. I may do a part two. I'm kind of moving away from reaction videos now because I can't be asked with all the copyright strikes and stuff. Warner Brothers. So of all those reaction videos, of all those clips in that last reaction video, There's what, 5? Maybe even more than 5 different clips. Every single one of them got copyright striked. And of course, rightfully so, I disputed all of them. And every single one lifted this, was like, yeah, okay, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Until Warner Brothers came along, and they're just being absolute. They won't release their strikes on the Jesse James clip and the Notebook clip. So I can still appeal it, but if I appeal it, then it goes like it goes to a high level, and you're looking at potential courts and shit like that. So obviously, I'm not gonna do it. So Warner Brothers, they won this battle, but they will not win the war. Well, maybe they have won the war because I just said I might not do reaction videos for a while. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. That's it. Yes, great villanelle. I don't remember the last one I read that isn't yours, and that makes me feel old, as it would have been back in school I read one. I doubt my mind would change though. You got me back into poetry. Ah, good, good. That's what I do, everything I do. That's why I'm crazy and do all these things, because that is exactly what my mission is, getting people into poetry. And I love that. I'm glad that you're into poetry. And I know you've written a poem now, and one day I'll get you to share it. I can see why you'd want to back away. People seem to be shifting from that to poem critiques, where you break down the poem and discuss the writing work rather than performance. Go, Nikki. Warner Bros. Haven't take on TikTok yet. Oh, really? Maybe keep reaction videos off YouTube and put them on Insta or another platform that doesn't tag hits. Yeah, for sure. That's probably a good idea. I still really like Nikki's idea for TikToks and shorts and stuff. Uh, I just haven't really thought that there's anything that has been worth clipping into a short or a TikTok from these live streams. Maybe I'll clip the kiss to Mitch. I don't know. What do you think? TikTok is saturated with copyrighted clips. Yeah. Poetry is the seed of knowledge. It certainly can be. Certainly can be. I think art, I was going to say poetry can change the world, and poetry can change the world, but art in general can change the world, I think. For good or for better or for worse. You know, there's that famous saying about life imitating art. And I say for better or for worse because I'm thinking of one thing in particular, and that's Terminator. I don't know. Maybe I'm being very arrogant as an artist, as a poet. But I feel like creatives come up with these out there ideas, these outlandish ideas, these inspired things. And then scientists are like, hey, why don't we create that? I don't know. Maybe that's just pure arrogance. I'm sure inventors, inventors are creative thinkers anyway. Maybe it's a bit of both. Mhm, mm, mm. I make random noises at times. I'm sorry, guys. You got to put up with my madness. Nope, too awkward. Sorry, Danny. I just saw that. My brain just picked that up. Nope, too awkward. We'll see. We'll see. Talking of performing, if anyone wants to perform, I have an open mic. My second open mic on Tuesday. Terribly low on numbers. If anyone wants to take up the call to arms, I don't think you're being arrogant. Creativity is all stemmed from not living within the box of acceptable society. That can and does influence anarchy, banned science equally, and not banned. Oh, I thought there was like a whole band of like a whole sector of science that were just anarchists. the anarchy band of science. Poetry helps civilization to create ideas and turn it into reality. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Random nopesies are okay. Nopesies? Not nopices? Nopices are okay. I get strange looks at work because I talk to myself reciting lines. Bad typo morning. Oops, yeah. You got me saying all sorts of things, Mark. Random nopesies. Uh, I get strange looks at work because I talk to myself reciting lines. That's because you're awesome. It's just as simple as that. That's because you're awesome. Recite reciting lines. Having the need to recite lines only means one thing, and that's that you're awesome. I'm scheduled to attend, not sure you'll get a reading as I'm woefully shy with that, but I'll whoop anyone who does. Oh, it'll be great to meet you in person, Nikki. I won't pressure you to read. Nano's reading. Nano, I am Girth will be there, and she's reading. So you guys get to meet. That's awesome. We all get to meet. That's so cool. Sorry, I got a bit excited there for a second. We're forming a band. Bagsy's the triangle. Ah, okay. Then I get the crate. I get to tap the crate. Yeah, okay, Adam. I'm so weird. We would be late if we go, as I finish at 6 p.m. Tuesday. That's okay. Look, no pressure. No pressure. There's no time on it. You can get there later than 6 p.m. Um, Readings will start at 6:45. We may be done reading poetry quite early, unless people turn up on the door. Last month, there was a lot of people on the door that saved us, thankfully. Hopefully, it happens again. I know there's at least one poet that's going to be there because they left their book of poems last month. So hopefully, I can convince them to read again. Does the event live stream? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. That might be something I can look into. That might be something I can look into, but not at the moment. Not at the moment. We must make Matt Wall sing. Yeah, let's flip that. Let's flip that. Let's make Matt Wall sing. He's actually a musician. I'm not. I'm not a singer. I'm not even a musician. So that sounds like a plan. Let's make Matt Wall sing. But yeah, going back to Danny. Again, no pressure. If you're working late, you might be too tired. It's fine. But don't not come because you can't get there for 6. You're more than welcome to get there later, depending on how late, though. Depending on how late. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. We live life on the edge. Gary Goers live life on the edge. That's just how we do. The mysterious verses written by Virgil in Aeneid. I'm not good with all these Greek words. Written by Virgil. Petition for Matt Wall to sing. Yeah, there we go. We've played the Uno reverse card. I bet he can hit those high notes like no one. There you go. There you go. I haven't actually I haven't tracked down like his musician days. That'd be interesting. Maybe I'll do that. When he first like messaged on this chat like we need to talk or something like that. We need a chat. We need to chat, man. I was like, uh-oh. Oh no. I'll have a chat with Mitch. It's around 50 minutes away from my work. Yeah, I know. Look, again, I know it's a journey for you guys, and you'll probably be tired. So no pressure, no pressure. But if you can make it, that'll be great. That'll be 4 Gary Goyles. Well, I'm a Gary Goyle too, so 5 Gary Goyles. We could have like a little Gary Goyle meet up. That'd be awesome. Signed. I think it's awesome you all get to meet. Yeah, I'm actually genuinely really excited inside right now. We will get to have a little Gary Goyle meetup. Poet reacts to Matt Wall, rock star. Yes. I have no shine. Why don't people like Nickelback? I liked Nickel. I haven't listened to them for a while, but I would happily listen to them even now. I used to listen to them as a teen. I just arrived covered in fur and looking like I just done 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. My arms are beat already. Well, to clarify, Danny doesn't wear fur. Danny is a dog groomer, just in case you guys were wondering. On a more serious note, what is parking like near the event? Oh, it's great. It's perfect. Uh, sorry, Nikki is Nikki is sandwiched between Nightbot. Um, on a more serious, yeah, parking is great. Like genuinely, there's so much parking right opposite the venue. It's completely free after 6, so parking is not an issue. Will you be bringing Nightbot with you, Nikki? Yes, but we will pretend we don't know each other. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I chose the venue. The train station is a little bit of a walk, but not massively. It's about a 10-minute walk, I'd say. We're going to have a little Gary Goyle meetup. I'm so excited. That's awesome. Oh, man. I missed the Nightbot and Nikki duo. Yeah. Unfortunately. But I've got a good feeling about those two, Danny. I think we'll be seeing a lot more of them. Windsor can be a nightmare for parking, so thought best to check. Yeah, I know. I know. And you don't even get free parking in Windsor. Or at least not the car park I park in anyway. I'll probably wrap it up in about 4 minutes, guys. I'll probably wrap it up in about 4 minutes. What a great stream this has been. I've really enjoyed this, guys. I mean, I felt really close to you guys, and not to be soppy or anything, but I felt close to you guys anyway, but I feel even more close to you guys after tonight. You guys are the best. I lost you, Adam, but I can still see the chat. Oh no, Nightbot is taking over already. He's messing around back there. I'm still here. I'm glad you can hear me. Yeah, that royal borough wants all the money. Tell me about it. Got hair in my mouth. Um, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh yeah, I was going to tell you this, which is the following. Uh, it's still there. There it is. Sorry, guys. Most entertaining stream around. Yes. So yeah, I feel closer to you guys. But what I was going to say is I won't be doing a conversing with next week. With next week, I'm not going to be doing a conversing with next week. They've annoyed me. No, I'm not going to be doing a conversing next week because it is the Sunday that the Kingston open mic falls on. It is the Sunday that the open mic in Kingston falls on, which, as you guys know, I really want to be able to attend that one because it means a lot to me because of where it is in Kingston and stuff like that. So there won't be a conversing next Sunday. Maybe I'll do one on Saturday though. Would you guys be up for doing it on Saturday instead, or should we just leave it for the week? Do you guys still want me to do it on Saturday? Brilliant one again. You guys are on a roll today. Yeah, it's been a good day today. We gained a new channel member today as well, Andre, over on the right along. So we're now on 10 figures, guys. We got 10 channel members. It's insane. Like Like I don't even know what to say when I think about it. There's it feels unnatural. You guys know my story. I'm not going to go into it here. It feels unnatural to have good things be happening, which is weird to say and stuff, but it feels unnatural to have all these good things happening. We've got 228 new subscribers in a month and a couple of days. We hit 6,000, I think, on the 1st of May. And now we got another 228 subscribers. We got 10 channel members. You guys have made me feel the love tonight. It's just really great. Saturday would be good. It's whether you're up to it or not. Yeah, I'm up to it. I don't know why I never thought about just rescheduling it for another day. Because the last time I did that, I forgot about everything that's going on. But let me just check my calendar to double check that I'm not double booking myself. Oh, it's the King's birthday. We'll go live for the King's birthday. Think of a topic to do with that. He's actually, say what you want about him, he's actually a big fan of poetry. Adam, you're in a good mood. That's wonderful. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm glad that that translates to you guys. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good tonight because of you guys. You guys are awesome. I say it all the time. The creator, viewer, audience is so important. You guys really make me feel good. Ooh, that's a theme. Yeah, we'll talk about the king. Talk about the king on his birthday. Ah, Sunday's Father's Day. Okay, that's fine. I can do Father's Day during the day. Okay, guys. I guess we'll call it a day here, and I'll see you on Saturday. Well, hopefully, I'll see you in the comment section on Tuesday's video. Don't forget to be leaving comments, guys. At the moment, there's a couple tumbleweeds in the comment section. Skip ad. Um, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the comment section on Tuesday, and then I'll see you guys live. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, right. Thank you. I'll see you guys live on the Saturday. And actually, I'll see some of you in person on Tuesday. I can't wait for the Gary Goa meetup. It's going to be great. Saturday is okay. Awesome. Thank you, Yoda. In that case, guys, have a good night. Have a good week ahead. Stay safe. Be happy. Lots of writing. And I'll see you all soon in the next one. Thank you so much for those hearts coming in. I see you. I got you. I see you. Bye, guys.